And the moment has arrived, and we have Chief Arvol Looking Horse with us this evening. How you doing, Chief Arvol Looking Horse?
All right, pretty good.
And I just want to give you the time that you needed to share with our relatives. I know that you're going to be in Tacoma tonight, and with a message of peace and coming together, unity, and also I know there's going to be a movie that's going to be shown, Selling of the Sacred, I think it is, and
Spirits for Sale.
And wanted to just give you a moment to share. I know that you're heading there, and appreciate all your family, and it's good to see everybody and all the smiles. And so, thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you very much.
So, if you just wanted to, like I said, whatever's on your heart. I don't really have questions. I just wanted to make sure that you had an avenue to speak to our relatives.
Metakepi en particular het wopla tranka het you okay Jacaplo. It's a great honor to be here and along the west coast here. We have I come from the sacred Black Hills of South Dakota. That's where our territory is, and I'm a Lakota Sioux. And we have a message from our sacred ceremonies, our sacred site. We'll be going back to a place called, they call it the Devil's Tower, but we call it the Bahasa. It's a very sacred ceremonial place for our people, because 19 generations ago, this is where they brought the sacred chanupa, the sacred pipe. And when they brought the sacred pipe 19 generations ago, it was a time when there's so many abuse and the things that went wrong. So the Creator, the Great Spirit, was told among the people that there was a great lesson that took place back then, because people were supposed to be humble, respectful, and they're supposed to follow a way of life, living upon Mother Earth. But they soon learned that they started abusing everything in sight, and that's when all the food source have disappeared. And the story is that that's when the word Czechia came into being, because of Chea is to cry, and Kia is to send your voice to the Great Spirit. And it brought them, the people, down to their knees. They were sickly and nothing was healthy. So what happened was they were on their knees begging to Wakankanka, the Great Spirit. And yeah, that's the story of that Chanupa, is that there was two warriors sitting on a hill, and the spirit woman came to them. And the spirit woman, she said, I know one of you you have a bad thoughts. You come to me. So when he approached her, then a cloud enveloped. When cloud lifted, he was in skeleton, and from the hair went some snakes to the four directions. And she said, tomorrow I'm bringing this sacred gift. And it's a sacred gift that she brought the next day. And that there's 7 ceremonies that come with this sacred chanupa. So from that time, said your people would walk upon Mother Earth once again in a sacred manner, walking in harmony, respect. You pray to Wakantaka through this chanupa, you would receive blessings. So when she left the camp, she walked up the hill. She stopped and rolled over, and she stood up as a young black buffalo. Walked so far up the hill, stopped, rolled over. The second time was a red one. The third time she stopped and rolled over was a yellow buckskin. And the last one was a white buffalo calf. And this white buffalo calf went over the hill. So the people called her, said, from this day on, this sacred chanupa that she brought, we call it the white buffalo calf pipe. So that's the story that was in our family bloodline for 19 generations. It's a very, very old, ancient pipe that's still, it's a spirit bundle that's been in our family for 19 generations. And so I grew up knowing the story of the sacred teachings. And I'm a fluent Lakota speaker. I was raised by my grandparents, and when my grandmother died, 1966, I was still a fluent speaker, and then we had no water, or running water. We had to carry the water and the wood. No, we had no electricity, so we carried our water and wood back to our log cabin. And I was told by the family that when our ancestors, this is from the Wanakiwayati, from the people that gone before us, they come back after my grandmother. They told her that I would be the last bundle keeper if the people don't straighten up. And those words really stuck in my mind all the time. And I thought, today the life that we live is so beautiful, and everything is so healthy. And why is people talking and dreaming about the white animals being born? And I said, but as time went on, in a very short time, shortly after that, I had a dream about this time. And in that dream, after I received that chanupa, that my father, he had we had electricity in the early 70s, and my father traded a big old black and white TV with another friend of his, is laundro. And anyway, this black and white TV, my father bought and traded. It was shortly after that I had this dream, because in that dream I was sitting and this old black and white TV, that Earth was turning, and somebody from beside me touched the screen with a pencil or stick, and it opened up, and there's people standing in a circle, and there's a fire in the middle. When it closed up, and then the Earth was turning, and then the second time this person touched another part of the world, and then the country, and then those book opened up, and all these people, all different nationalities, different nations would stand in a circle. There was a fire in the middle. That keeps coming back as it closed up and this earth was turning again. This person would stand up and touch another part of the world, the different country, and so that went on for about 4 or 5 times, and all these people standing in a circle. I realized that they have tobacco in their hands, and in the middle was a fire. So I told my father when I woke up, I said, and he said, this dream, he said it would happen, and you just have to pray about it. And this is your dream, so he said, just tell it when you feel like it's important. Don't be bragging about it or don't be saying, I have this dream. But keep it in a spiritual way, take it to ceremony. So that's how I did that. And so all my life, kind of like I always go back to thinking, oh, this is going to be dreaming about the whole world. And I live on the reservation. I live along Greengrass River, and I live on a reservation. I thought I would never ever go away from my reservation or leave the reservation, because that's what I was taught to, like a chief. We can't really leave the reservation or people. And when I went through that ceremony at the age of 12 years old, they said that from here on, through that ceremony, that after I received that to be the keeper of that sacred chanupa, that I could never join military. Can't be carrying a firearm or gun, and because that has its own energy walk, and then I can't. When there's a lot of things that goes with the leadership and responsibilities of some spiritual person, a spiritual leader, and they say that I can't even use foul language, because when I speak to the people, I would speak to the Creator first, and then to the people. So all this have always been part of my life, and I am still the 19th generation keeper of the sacred chanupa, and many people talked about prophecies that was told, and I shared our prophecy about. He said that someday there's going to be white animals that will be born, and a lot of white animals will be born. We have many prophecies, and today that's why we journeyed from our sacred homelands. We've come to over here, West Coast, pretty much all over the world today, because of I am the founder of what's called World Peace and Prayer Day. It happens every June 21st to go back to our sacred sites. And that dream I told you about, people standing in a circle, have tobacco, they offer to the sacred fire. We did that in 1996, where they brought that sacred chanupa, the sacred pipe. That was Devil's Tower, and we call it Bahasa. And this year, on May 16th, we'll be traveling back to give Wopila, 10 o'clock in the morning. That's when we're going to do this ceremony. And Today I do international peace work with many leaders throughout the world. Before 1996, I met Dalai Lama and asked his blessings to help us at this World Peace and Prayer Day to promote. He said, yes, that'd be good, but you must make this happen on your own, but we would help you because this is what we are faced with in the world today. Mm-hmm. And I went to South Africa and met Desmond Tutu. And then since then, we've been traveling all over the world, different countries. Went to South Africa, Australia, Japan, Ireland, with World Peace and Prayer Day, carrying the same message. But earth changes, climate changes, that we would go back to our sacred sites. That World Peace and Prayer Day is to empower nations and carry that over here, like the longhouses, people would come back and fill their longhouses, and people every different places in the whole world that people would find or live in a time when people have lost their spirit, that man has gone too far, and it's affecting us, even our ceremonies upon Mother Earth. So that dream with that, it became a reality for all nations and all faiths, one prayer. That's what the June 21st Honor Sacred Sites Day is all about. And we have our ceremonies in the Black Hills, South Dakota, every 4 seasons. And today, when we went to United Nations in the early 1990s, the scientists came out with a statement called global warming, and that was the same time that First Nations people, they carried a message to United Nations, and I went with them, and I shared about these white animals being born. And today, when I talked about that, there was no white animals being born. Early back in the 1980s, we had a ride to Wounded Knee on horseback. I'm a spiritual leader of that ride to Wounded Knee, and I'm a spiritual leader of many rides all across our country. We even rode from British Columbia to went as far as Sioux Valley, and then from Sioux Valley on horseback we rode to Toronto, right to Six Nations, and we talked there. We carried the same message about world peace, global healing, and that we as First Nations, it's time for us to carry a message from our sacred altars, sacred sites, that we have a message for. Because every nation, we have many prophecies, and that's come all about. And we need to unite spiritually, globally. So that's what the message was all about. But as I speak to you today, just on the internet, you can see all these white animals being born. There's a whole picture of all these white animals being born, and it's one of the prophets that have come to pass. But there's a lot of prophecies that's coming about, and right now, that's what we're all faced with, because I just went to New Orleans and on Earth Day, and I was a speaker there, and I talked about Mother Earth is bleeding, and she is still bleeding, and people, just because they don't talk about it, that it's they think it's all done. I mean, no more, but it's still happening. The Mother Earth is bleeding, and somebody asked me, what would it take to wake up people? And I said, it seemed like it's going to take disasters. That's the only time people would unite spiritually. But we don't want to get that far. So our message coming over here is now to bring a message of peace and healing, and that people would wake up to what's going on. That, like in the early 1990s, when the First Nations people, Indigenous people went to United Nations, that they said that Mother Earth is sick, has a fever. So there's a lot to share with the people right now, and I am very honored to come out over here to the nations over here, to First Nations over here in the West Coast, and all the people that we have. We live in a time of 1996. I made a statement, and I'd like to close that with that message. 1996 is we are at the crossroads, either be faced with a lot of chaos, disasters, a lot of sicknesses, tears from our relatives' eyes, or we can unite spiritually. And that's a message that one of the first ones I put together in 1996, and today we're still at the crossroads, and that's why we as spiritual leaders from our sacred ceremonies or international world leaders, we still have to carry the same message that we need to unite. And this year, as we were getting ready to go to Yellowstone, this is where we're going to have that World Peace and Prayer Day, and we've been working with the people from Yellowstone to honor the sacred Tatanka, the Buffalo people, the Buffalo Nation. And because Yellowstone is the last original buffalo that was there. But as we were preparing for this journey, we were having a hard time because it's one of our sacred sites at Yellowstone. And because like usual, there's every place that we went, it seemed like it's really hard to always go back to our sacred ceremonies. So as we were preparing, then they told us that we got a call from Rio, in Brazil, and over there they said that they like to honor World Peace and Prayer Day. So we accept that honoring at Rio. So we're very, very honored that people are going to once again come together in that way over there in Rio, like as we do this it started from our sacred ceremony, the Black Hills of South Dakota and Devil's Tower, and I hope like that name there, Devil's Tower, we can change it to spiritual name, because we're the first. Our people are very spiritual. We're humble people, and we have come from ceremonies, and we are nations that carry the message of our ancestors. But the world needs us right now, and there's some things that we can't share, but there's some things that we are sharing right now. It's affecting the whole world today. So thank you very much, and it's a great honor to be here at your radio station.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate, I know that you're in a hurry. I just appreciate all your words and your sharing and your sacrifice for the people coming out and sharing with us all. And we can join you tonight in Tacoma at Native Quest at 7 p.m. I know that you'll be able to, you're going to share a little bit there, and we'll watch a film. So again, thank you so much for everything you do for the people.
Well, thank you. That film is called spiritsforsale.com that you can find it. Thank you very much.
Oh, also, before you go, just real quick, how can people help you out? Is it wolakota.org?
Yeah, check out our website, wolakota.org.
Okay.
And the website for Yellowstone is WPPD 2012.com.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. And